Greetings and salutations, my name is OJ, and today we're going to be talking about the state of play, because that happened yesterday. And we're just going to jump straight into it, because I can easily skip over a lot of the stuff that I don't particularly care about, such as what you're seeing on screen now, the PlayStation Fight Stick, which is cool. It's cool for people that play fighting games on PlayStation specifically. I'm not a fighting game player, per se. I play them. I'm not very good at them at all. I'm a more modern controls Street Fighter 6 kind of guy, if that makes sense. But, hey-ho, PlayStick. It's out there for whatever. Next thing, everybody's golf hotshots. Sure, I don't know anything about this. I don't really care. It's a golf game. Looks pretty neat. That's all. That's all I got. Pac-Man's here. Why is Pac-Man? Pac-Man's here. Sure. There's probably some history behind that I don't understand. Moving on. Again, we're rapid firing the ones that I don't particularly care too much about. This is a Thief VR game. Yeah. Isn't that awesome? I don't know. There's a bit where I'm recording as I'm sort of watching it. Well, not watching it simultaneously. I'm kind of like recording, and I've got all the clips here in my editing software, and I'm kind of like recording and watching it simultaneously. There is a bit in here where, no offense, I do think there's a bit of AI generated artwork. No offense. There. That painting, you can pause it and go back to it. I swear that looks AI generated, and I don't usually say that. I wouldn't usually call out someone's artwork and say, you're AI generated, because it sets a bad precedence. It's fear mongering. It makes people just kind of throw those words around whenever, and that's not right, of course. But I don't know. I kind of looked at it, stared at it for a little bit, and I was like, that don't look good. So yeah, if that didn't turn me off the game, wow. The fact that it's a PlayStation VR title. Oh yeah, I should also preface this entire video that I don't own a PS5. I'm not a PlayStation guy, unfortunately, for anyone that was really hoping that I was. Why you would be hoping such a specific thing, I don't know. Anyways, moving on. Digimon game. Sure. I have zero interest. Zero. It's cool for those that like it, but not me. Moving on forward. A Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. I remember seeing this. Was it an Xbox showcase or a previous state of play or something? It looks cool. I've never played a Ninja Gaiden game in my life, I must admit. You're gonna be hearing that phrase, I've never played X game ever before, a lot. Because there is a lot here that they probably have history, right? But I just don't know it, because I've never been involved with such franchises, etc., etc. Like, Ninja Gaiden, I know of it. Everyone really likes Ninja Gaiden. Well, I think so. But, well, they like the 3D, the really, really difficult games, or so to speak. Well, that's at least what I know of them. Moving forward again, we have a remaster of Final Fantasy Tactics. Again, never really played Final Fantasy Tactics. Looks really cool though. There's where is it? There's a bit where they show like the comparison between the remaster. Like there's modes where you can choose the remastered look or the original. I think that's a perfect way to do a remaster. Like, I don't know why no one's thought of this. Someone probably has thought of this before. Someone's done this before, definitely. But it's the first time I'm seeing it. Being able to play the original with the remaster kind of packaged in together, genius idea. Especially considering the fact, which I think they show it in any second now. Yeah, here. Look, classic version unites the graphics and gameplay of the original with renowned War of the Lions transition, and the enhanced version features a renewed interface, extensive additions and adjustments to the story, fully voiced dialogue, and much more. So you can just play the original and the remaster in the same package. Awesome. Then we have Bloodstained: The Scarlet Engagement. I have heard of Bloodstained. I think one of the games is on Game Pass. But I know nothing about the series. Again, looks cool though. Reminds me a lot of Devil May Cry? Huh? I meant Castlevania. It has a very Castlevania look. The gameplay is almost identical. Not identical. I don't want to, piss off any Bloodstained fans, which I'm sure there are. But yeah, I don't know anything about Bloodstained. Don't come to me asking questions about it. Moving forward, again, Astrobot. Cool game. Again, as I said earlier, I don't have a PS5. I've never played Astrobot. Was I happy when it won Game of the Year? Yeah. Did I want Metaphor to win? Yeah. But am I upset? No. Not at all. Because I think Astrobot deserved it way back then. It's a genuinely fantastic platformer, and it looks lovely, vibrant, and this is more levels for a game that already is very good. Like, yeah, I see this as a absolute win, as they say. And now it totals up to 90 planets. Ooh, and they're adding the Ghost of Yotei as a little robot, which, very cool. I don't have the clip for it, but they did tease Ghost of Yotei again. It was like a weird acknowledgement, like, hey, don't worry guys, the game still exists. Like, we didn't just see it like a couple months ago. Moving forward, once again, Mortal Kombat Collection. This is the point where we get games I can actually talk about a little. I don't have a history, per se, with Mortal Kombat. I played Mortal Kombat 9, 10, 11, and 1, Mortal Kombat 1. I don't like Mortal Kombat 1 that much. I do like 10, though, or X, because they wanted to be pretentious. Cool game. This collection, awesome. Being able to play, what was it? You can tell this is very badly unscripted. You can play Mortal Kombat 1, 2, 3, 3 Ultimate, and 4, all in this bundle. That's great. Preservation of old games and making them playable for new generations, etc. is a really good idea. I'm always a big fan of them. Like the Street Fighter Capcom collection that came out a couple months ago, last year, I think. Yeah, this is good, awesome. More of these, please. I do love them dearly. Then, moving on to Metal Gear Solid 3 Delta Colonel. Again, I have never played a Metal Gear Solid game in my life. Shocking, I know, I really should. But it's more footage from the Metal Gear Solid 3 remake, which looks really, really lovely. Like, visually looks fantastic. And, well, if I remember rightly, it's literally just like a one-to-one of the original, but with, obviously, enhanced graphics and probably enhanced gameplay. I would hope enhanced gameplay. Either way, looks great. More Metal Gear Solid 3. No complaints there. There are those weird monkeys, though, near the end. I don't understand them. I've seen the monkeys before, but, yeah, no clues here. Yeah, Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater remake. Woo! Thumbs up from me! Moving on to an original game, that being Baby Steps. This is another getting over it game. One where you are given intentionally difficult controls to... I'm trying to remember. It's on the screen here. If I remember rightly, he's walking to take a shit, right? Or go to the toilet. You just saw it. Toilet full. It looks funny. It's going to be another rage game, like Getting Over It, and the other one where you had to like climb up thing. I remember seeing like Queso play it, where you had to like hold on to things. But yeah, either way, it'll probably be really funny. Thumbs up from me. Now, although I said we're moving into the bit where, I can talk about games I understand, Pragmata, I don't know anything about this. But I do remember Maximilian Dude, the funny fighting game fella, placing, was it gifted sub bets on this being revealed at Summer Games Fest? And then it was revealed here. That's about as much as I know about Pragmata. I think I checked the comments underneath the trailer and some stuff everywhere, and people were like, wow, oh my god, this has come back after 2 years. Like, it was something like the trailer had been released 2 years ago and we had no information, and now this is just another trailer saying here's the release date. I think that's what happened. Either way, it's from Capcom. I like Capcom. Capcom's cool. They make some great games. And visually, it is really pretty. You know, the usual very realistic, lovely looking stuff. I will admit though, I've seen complaints about realism in video games as of late. A lot of the comments, or not a lot of people in reaction to the Witcher 4 tech demo that was released the other day were like, oh, this looks boring, it's just realistic. I feel like people forget that you can do a realistic game but also have really good art direction that makes up for the fact that it is a realistic game. And I think this is a really good example of that, because obviously it is a realistic game, but the cool mech space stuff, it's visually, its art style and its art direction is really cool. It looks really good. And the realism doesn't, like, clash with it. I'm sure you're getting what I'm trying to say. As in, like, you know, you can do realism, but you can also have, like, games that are just realistic, full stop. Not great, right? Technically impressive, but not my thing. Games that are realistic with a art style, thumbs up from me. And after all that talk of art and style, etc., we have Romeo is a Dead Man with one of the coolest introductory trailer bits I've ever seen. I don't know how to explain it, but this little, like, intro is so cool looking. Like, it's like rotoscoped almost. And like the guy, like the way the camera is moving around, as if it's as if someone is like following him and recording this in real time. I don't understand what's going on though. Like the guy gets like jabbed with his uncle? I think it's his uncle's like thing, and then he explodes, and then like the tech stuff goes into his bloodstream and cells, and yeah. It looks very cool. Gameplay wise though, I don't know. I feel like that trailer, the little bit at the beginning, was so exciting. To see the sort of actual gameplay almost disappointed me a little. But it looks oddly Dead Rising-y. It looks like Dead Rising's combat. Like specifically 3 almost. I did, funny enough, see a thing on Instagram saying that this was made by the same guy that made, or same team that made No More Heroes, which makes sense. When I heard that, I was like, oh, yeah, I see the No More Heroes inspiration. But unfortunately, I have not played No More Heroes as well. As I said, you're going to be hearing that word a lot. Either way, Romeo is a Dead Man looks pretty cool. Original game looks really cool. I have no complaints. And the patch on the back of his jacket is talking and moving, which is really cool. By the way, if you hear my mouse clicking, that is me flipping between, you know, the different trailers and kind of skipping forward. Moving on. Sea of Remnants, plural. Funny that this got a trailer, because all I had been seeing on my TikTok for a little while was the clip of the announcement for this game with like the dude with the white hair on a boat singing a rock song. I know these guys made Identity V. That had a Persona collab. That's the most I know about that. Either way, this looks like a somehow more stylized Sea of Thieves. It looks really cool. I really like the look of it. The puppet designs for the actual playable characters is really neat. The sort of, I want to say punk, like the really colourful stuff, like the punk stuff? I don't know. It also looks like it's going to be a turn-based RPG. There's a shot later where they're fighting a siren lady. We'll get to a siren lady in a minute, but oh my god, giant hermit crab with There's the Siren Lady as well. Look, the damage numbers and the way that's presented, that looks very very turn-based combat Yeah, that's a word. That is a word. Turn-based combat But yeah, it looks really visually appealing. Character designs are fantastic. Very stylized. I like it a lot. It does really, really, really remind me of Sea of Thieves, though. Speaking of stylized games, Hiragami. A game where the entire thing looks like it was made of origami. That's awesome. That's visually stunning. Like, really lovely looking. And it's got like that slowed down frame rate that kind of gives it the illusion of being stop motion, which is really cool. But yeah, I don't have much more to say than this looks like lovely. The origami... there have been games that use like origami art styles before. I can't recall them, pardon me, off the top of my head. But this looks fantastic. Really, really lovely. Then we have a game whose premise I'm very suspicious of. Tides of Tomorrow. I don't know what Road 96 is. It says they're the makers of that. But, no offense, I thought this really, really looked like Sunset Overdrive. Like, color-wise, really looked like Sunset Overdrive. I knew it wasn't going to be, because that game is dead. But, moving forward, actually talking about the game in question, the way they describe a multiplayer story, what does that mean? Like, are people going to be playing through the story simultaneously alongside you and doing things that actually affect your story? Like, they show them as visions in the trailer, right? Like these weird holographic past visions, and they seem to actually, like, you can choose the path of people that you follow and uncover their choices. Like, what does that mean? Is there like a choice? Is this like an RPG that actually, where the choices made by other players in their playthroughs can actively affect your playthrough? If that is real, that is insane. That is so cool. However, that is a lot. That's a lot. That's really cool. And if that's true, I'm going to check out the game. It comes out February, right? Next year. That's really cool. But I'm going to wait and see till we get more details on it. Moving on again, we have Came. Came. I think it said Came. That's what the video file I have says, Came. A climbing game, which does also give me some getting over it with Bennett Foddy vibes, sort of with the way you have to move and carefully do things. Protagonist is gorgeous. I'm going to throw that out there. Whether they be man, woman, or non-binary, they are gorgeous. The game looks gorgeous, actually. The art style, again, I really love games that have these lovely sort of stylized art styles. It looks great. I don't know if it'll be a game that I pick up, but it looks really lovely. And yeah, who doesn't love stimulating the fear of falling down a mountain? I would never go mountain climbing in my life. I'm too much of a wuss for that. And the fact that she like just gets, you have to like repair your injuries and stuff after climbing. Like, it will probably be really good. I think it will be really good. Next we have the reveal trailer for Neo 3, and as I said again multiple times already, I am not a PlayStation dude, so I have a PS4 which I use to play a few exclusives like God of War, the usuals, the expected ones, but I never played Neo 1 nor 2, so I always knew Neo as like I don't want to call it a knockoff Sekiro, because I know it's obviously its own thing, but that's what I kind of saw it as. It's like it's a Soulsborne. It's Souls-like, I think the correct term for it is. But it had like a lot of Sekiro elements to it. Fun fact, Sekiro was my first ever FromSoft game. starting at the one where the majority of skills in that game can't be carried over to any of their future titles. Great idea from me, I know. I really like Sekiro. But yeah, Neo 3 looks really cool. I don't have much to say about it. I feel like I'm repeating myself a lot, which I probably am, but because I just don't know much about these games, which makes my that doesn't make the video redundant. You guys. Why am I already talking like a YouTuber? I am a YouTuber, but that's besides the point. Stop. Let's not talk about it. Avoid. Neo 3, awesome, looks great. Happy for everyone that has been expecting it. James Bond game. You're gonna hate what I'm gonna say next. I've never played a Hitman game, and this is made by the Hitman game guys. Yeah, James Bond game looks, obviously, as always, visually fantastic. From the looks of it, it seems to be like I'm not gonna say, yeah, an origin story for Bond. Because the James Bond in this game is like, he looks really young. And yeah, it looks like a Hitman game with a James Bond coat of paint. You know? Suave, British man. By the way, if you just had a creak, that was my chair. It's not in the best conditions. But yeah, James Bond game looks really cool. I don't see why anyone would have problems with it. And you know what? Let's talk about that whilst the B-roll footage goes on. B-roll? That's not the right word for it. You know what I mean. As the footage goes on, because I don't have too much else to say. After looking online, I have noticed that a lot of people really didn't like this state of play. And I have one big question. Why? What were we expecting? Obviously, there's a loud minority of people saying these things. I shouldn't just kind of say, oh, everyone hated it, blah, blah, blah. But I've seen a lot of people just saying they were, like, disappointed or they didn't like it. Like, I think it was Jeff Keighley. He put, like, a thing out and say, oh, what would you rate the state of play? And I think it was 40% of people had voted D. D? A D? Are we serious? What were you expecting? Oh, Bloodborne 2? Wolverine game? Summer Games Fest is tomorrow. We're not going to be getting trailers for Wolverine when the biggest stage, that being the Summer Games Fest, is tomorrow. What? This was very clearly going to be the smaller... And we know, PlayStation's at Summer Games Fest. We know this. So this is very clearly going to be smaller games, you know, other no first-party title stuff. And you know what? We say smaller games... James Bond game. We've known about this game for about 2 years. We know it was coming. And now this is the first proper trailer for it. It looks fantastic. Like, we've gotten so many cool... There were so many cool games in this. Although I obviously didn't fully understand a lot of them. A lot of them were cool. And I remember seeing someone comment on Twitter or something. And it was like... what was it? If you didn't like the state of play, you don't play games. And, you know, I really agree with that. Because there was such a cool variety of games here. There was a little bit of something for everyone. But because people didn't see... it's like the meme where it's like... People when there is a game that doesn't have guns or a ball in it. It's like... That's... that was basically my reaction to all of the criticism towards it. But yeah, that was... I don't know why people were complaining so much about... Like, no Wolverine, no Bloodborne 2. They're going to reveal it at Summer Games Fest. Bloodborne 2 don't exist. I will eat shit if it does get revealed at Summer Games Fest. Fair. But it doesn't exist. Not in my mind. And it would be revealed at Summer Games Fest. It'd be shown there. Why would they show it at a State of Play? Bigger stadium. We know PlayStation's there. Duh. Anyways, enough with that rant. Let's move on to the one of two games that I really, really like. They look so cool. The first being Sword of the Sea. This game looks gorgeous. It's made by the guys that made Journey, which, funny enough, I have played it. Wow. Journey was fantastic. Visually, one of the best games ever made. And this game looks to be even better, like visually, as well as gameplay-wise, because it looks like you're going to be, well, you're surfing on a sword. Metaphor called, they want their ideas back. I know surfing on a sword probably wasn't invented by Metaphor, but that's the first place I saw it, right? This game, I'm going to keep saying it. I will say it 100 times till it gets into everybody's heads. Wow, it looks so cool. Like, visually it looks gorgeous. The colours are so vibrant. And just, oh my god. Unbelievable. No more words. Left me speechless. I was watching the state of play when it happened. I just jaw dropped. Gorgeous game. Amazing. Now, on to the last game showed. And the one that I personally came away with the best impressions of. They left the best to last, as they say. The Arc System Works Marvel fighting game. As I said earlier, I'm not a fighting game guy. I'm not very good at them. I try my best. You know, I'm above. You know, I'm average. I'm better than most people in my immediate circle, which is, you know, what, my family and some friends. But like, you put me against someone who's like put like maybe a day into one of these games, like 24 hours, I'm out. I lose immediately. I'm using modern controls in Street Fighter 6 for a reason. But this game, oh my god. You can't see it. My jaw wide open. Just everything looks so cool. Like, whoa. If this is the trade-off for Marvel vs. Capcom, yeah, I'm not even that mad. No offense, not even that mad. Marvel vs. Capcom 3, amazing. But am I really that mad when we get a game that is a 4v4 tag fighting game that looks this good? Like, Doom. Look at Doom. Doom. Fun fact, I love Dr. Doom. Absolutely incredible. He's so cool. I really like his story as well. Some of these designs in this game are actually the best designs I've seen for these characters. I thought Marvel Rivals had good designs, like base designs for these characters. Nah. The Storm design in this game outclassed the Marvel Rivals one immediately. She is gorgeous. Like, oh, I can't believe it. Iron Man being like a Gundam mech suit of Ghost Rider driving a car. Just, this looks incredible. It looks amazing. I can't believe that people looked at this and said, it's pretty bad. What? What are we saying? But yeah, this is the best reveal. I can't wait to play it. I like Guilty Gear as well, so that's why Arc System Works hold a little special place in my heart. Yes, the only game of Guilty Gear I've played is Strive, to no one's surprise. And then after that, they did like the bit where they kind of talked about the development and like how this project came to be. And I think that's really informative and that's really cool. I will admit though, when they showed where they were, that being Yokohama, Japan, my ass thought we were going to get like a Yakuza reveal or something. Like, Yakuza brain rot is real. I saw Yokohama, I was like, oh my god, that's the place from Yakuza Like a Dragon. Are we going to see Ichiban Kasuga? Like, as stupid as it is. But yeah, I like them when they talk about game development. I did a game development course at my college for 3 years. Don't question why I did it for 3 years, alright? Not worth the trouble. And just seeing like these bits where they talk about the process behind making a game, just how they came to be, blah blah blah. It's just really cool. I love insider information into this industry. I want to be in the industry. I really, really love games. They're basically all I've ever done. They're all I've ever been about. But either way, ignoring me, this is awesome. This state of play was really, really good, outside of a few games that I just didn't really care about, like the Digimon game. No offense to Digimon fans, but I just didn't really care too much for it. But yeah, this is fantastic. I cannot believe people are giving this a D. And yeah, Summer Games Fest is tomorrow. Cannot wait. Excited beyond belief. and the Xbox showcases on Sunday. Xbox showcases over the last 2 years have been some of the best of the year. Easily. We got the reveals for Metaphor, P3 Reload, Like a Dragon 8, all sorts of stuff at the 2023 one. Last year we had like the Gears of War reveal, like E-Day I think it was called. I'm just excited beyond belief. Summer Games Fest tomorrow. Really excited for it. There will be a video out for it. Don't you worry. Same goes for the Xbox Showcase. And with that, videos come to an end. This state of play was really, really good. Way better than the last, 4. And with that, I shall see you lot whenever I do, which will be, day after tomorrow, for the Summer Games Fest roundup review like this is. If you enjoyed, like and subscribe if you so feel like it. Hope you have a good rest of your day, evening, afternoon, and, stay safe as always. Hi, me again, even though I literally just ended the video. I forgot about a certain game. I somehow failed to include the Silent Hill F trailer. Don't know how I forgot, because this was one of the other ones that I was actually really interested in. I have, again, you're going to hear this word again, never played Silent Hill, right? But I am very fond of the series' designs, art style. I love creepy stuff, despite me being a wuss. This looks great. Fantastic. Amazing creepy designs for the creatures. Oh, they're just gross. They're so gross. They look gross. They look horrible. And they look so cool. And the use of those weird red flowers that I forget the name of, but I've seen in a lot of stuff that's related to Japanese media. Fantastic. Awesome. So yeah, I forgot Silent Hill F. I apologise for that. And now is the actual end of the video. Again, have a good morning, evening, afternoon, whatever that time may be for you. And I shall see you in the next video again for the Summer Games Fest.